So the FX3 is an absolute beast of a video camera, but is it any good for headshot photography? If you look online, all of the headshot photographers, or photographers in general, will just say no, it's complete trash because it has a 12 megapixel sensor. Now, while this isn't ideal for photography, I also see a lot of people say that you probably can get a nice image out of it. Completely improv video today. I've got a bit of a cold, that's why I sound funny, but my friend used to have a huge big long beard and he decided he needed to change, and he now has a completely bald face. I haven't seen it yet. It's gonna be hilarious because I don't think I've ever seen him with like this huge big long beard. He suggested, how about we do some headshots? Roman is a very good headshot photographer. I think I could learn a lot about headshots. The only difference is, he has an A7R2, great photography camera. I only have the FX3, which is a video-centric camera. So this is the Sony FX3 as a headshot camera.
That's a one and done.
Alright, the setup here. This is a rear light with a grid. Got a nice grey background here. Got this little light you can see right here. This one is for adding a gradient splash to the background. The main fill light, the camera, which currently is the A7R2 with the Sony 9mm macro lens on it. Run a set, man. Right, back home, got the shots. Pretty happy with the shots that we got. And now, I don't know whether to either edit one of each and then compare them, or just compare the raws. I guess I'll edit. I've got Lightroom open now. I'll edit one of each and then compare a raw of each, and I'll edit one of each. I guess raw is the more fair comparison. Anyway, let's give it a whirl. Right, so for social media, no problem. 12 megapixels doesn't make any difference. You can't even tell the difference. A lot of stuff we are viewing now will always be on your phone screen, or even if it's on a computer. I think the 12 megapixels is fine. You can't really even tell the difference. I did check with a whole bunch of other people. Can you tell? Nobody could. Anyway, all I want to find out now is how about if I blow these up big? Slap both one from the FX3 and one from the A7R2 on the KT board, and see if I can see the difference, and then maybe I'll just ask some other people as well. Interested to see if it makes a difference when you really stretch it out, or if it's just when you want to crop in. Because I did notice, if you try and crop into the FX3 one, obviously there's not enough megapixels, and it does make a difference. You can start seeing a difference when you start cropping into it. Alrighty, I'm back. Got the prints. You see them here. They're kind of big. I got them printed as big as possible. I could have had them printed ridiculously huge, but you know, I've got to keep these somewhere. I had to get them back in the car. Here's one, and here is the other one. It's probably hard to come across. It's probably not coming across very well on camera, but you know, side by side, pretty similar. Like, pretty damn similar. I can tell the difference because I can see the difference in the color science between the FX3 and the older A7R2. I think the A7R2 looks way more magenta and maybe slightly more saturated. That could be personal preference, but the actual print quality, if I saw either of these, and I mean, bear in mind these are quite dark, because I didn't do any edits. I removed, the only thing I did was use Photoshop Generative Fill to get rid of the light stand out of the corner, just so it made it more even. They were quite dark. The guy in the shop kept trying to tell me, like, come on, I could boost these up and I can do some editing. And I was like, no, I would just want a fair test to see what looks good straight out of camera, minus the light fin. And pretty much, it's incredible. Like, I don't think that you would know any difference between these two shots other than the colors. Now, there is another thing. I thought maybe we could try and see if it's possible to use Photoshop. If you open up a RAW file and you come into the RAW viewer, camera raw, that's the one. If you go in there, there's an option where you can get it to use AI to quadruple the megapixels of the photograph you've taken. Now, I'm wondering if that is any good and will solve the problem of the megapixel issue. Let's try that.
A few moments later.
Okay, so that worked exceptionally well. Oh, wow. I did not expect it to be that good. You can now zoom or crop right into the image and it looks the same as if you shot it on like a 60 megapixel camera. That is insane. Adobe, if I had a hat, I'd take it off. That is nuts.
A super quick tutorial. This only works if you shoot in RAW. Open up Photoshop and the camera RAW window will open. Click the three dots and choose Enhance. So wham, there you go. It is now 4 times the megapixels that you started with. And if you look at this 12 megapixel shot here, you can crop right in and it still keeps the detail. Absolute magic. So here's the FX3 and here's the A7R2. For some reason, I couldn't get them the exact same size, but you can get the idea. FX3, A7R2. And so there you go, the absolute magic that is Adobe Photoshop Camera Raw. Incredible.
Right, so if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it so you never miss a video, and a like would be much appreciated. Until next time, guys, peace.